Hey, it's Becky. Our Change is Good 46, and change is good. I'm week 1 out from sleeve surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and I'll give you a couple of numbers because I've never shared numbers before, and I'm not also sure I want to, but I think it will be good for me. My starting weight on April 1st, when I went to my first pre-op appointment, was 356 pounds. Yes, amazed my mother too. The day of surgery, 6 weeks later, no, not 6 weeks later, almost 2 months later, I weighed 331 pounds, so there was a loss of 25.6 or something. And then today, 1 week after surgery, I'm at 224 pounds for a total loss of 32 pounds. So I think that's okay. It's a good way to start. That pre-op diet really did it for me. Thank you, thank you. Today, got my wedding ring on. Not sure if I'm showing you this correctly. Haven't worn it for a while. Went to my doctor the other day to talk about meds, and I'm already off my blood pressure meds because I was at a rate, after having not been on my meds for about a week, that she wasn't concerned about, so we're going to watch it for a month and see what happens. Surgery itself was pretty good. The next 3 days afterwards sucked. But mostly because I was tired and didn't get any sleep in the hospital, and their CPAP machine was horribly noisy and I couldn't even use it, and so that didn't even help either. Had a little fever one night, and so they were watching me pretty closely. Wonderful nurses, wonderful, wonderful surgeon. Came down and talked to me before because we were still going to do the try for gastric bypass. If we can't keep it laparoscopic, then we'd go to the sleeve, and that's what he ended up doing. Took about an hour looking for a way to do the bypass, but too many adhesions and he couldn't do it. So my surgery took about 3 hours, which scared my husband a little bit and my mom, who were out in the waiting room. Boy, my energy was low those first few days after. I was sleeping all the time, but I know I've had enough surgery. That's what surgery does to you. A lot of morphine for a day or so. But when I got home from the hospital, I only took 1 dose of pain medicine, and that's it. I have not had pain. Yay! The marvels of modern medicine. Started taking my vitamins the other day. This week and next week I'm on full liquids, which is cream soups, protein shakes. These cream soups are wonderful. Protein shakes and yogurts and sugar-free puddings and all the water I can drink, and I'm loving water. The hospital made me a fan of water again. You know, when you can't even barely get an ice chip from somebody, water tastes wonderful. In the hospital I did have 3 episodes in one day of some heaving, ready to go, from drinking too much at once, and one of those times was in the swallow test, so that wasn't pretty, standing in front of the x-ray machine. And I will never do that again. That was a horrible feeling. I will never, never, never do that to my body again. Funny thing my granddaughter said the other day, she's 6 1/2. We were talking about my surgery and that they put little holes in my stomach to do the surgery, and she said, they poked holes? What happens when you take a drink? And I can just picture her little mind with all these spurts of water coming out of Grandma's tummy. And then today my turned 3-year-old grandson said, I said, yep. He said, how's your tummy? I said, well, it's good, Grandma. The doctor fixed it with an operation. He said, Grandma, operation is a game. So they have their own little views of what happens when you have surgery. So, but they're being careful with the Grandma's tummy, so that's nice. I need to say thanks to my husband, my parents, my sister, who also came down for surgery, and her husband. She had surgery a year ago, not even a year ago, 11 months now, and has lost about 110 pounds, so she's my role model. My other sister, who wasn't there, but very supportive, and my brothers too, and then my 2 kiddos. And you YouTubers, I couldn't have done this without you. I spent a lot of time in the last few months researching this, and you were probably my best research source, besides Mayo Clinic and some other medical people. But I thank you lots and lots and lots, and I keep watching your videos, and I'm learning a lot. One thing I wanted to add, and it's on my list, is I don't like the homemade protein shakes very much. So I'm kind of a fan of the Atkins Advantage. I don't know if you can see this at all, but the Atkins Advantage shakes and Slim Fast Low Carb. So I'm pretty bad about even doing fast food in my protein shake diets. But if I drink it, that's all that matters, right? And it's even still cheaper than a Big Mac meal at McDonald's or a dinner at Ruby Tuesdays. In fact, I think the entire restaurant economy of our small little city here will go bankrupt because my husband and I aren't eating out as much as we used to. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited. It's going to be a wonderful summer, and I'll be seeing ya.